making a video that I was not hoping to have to do. So I'm gonna travel back in time and celebrate New Year twice. Talofa, that is how we say hello from Samoa. Yes, we are in Samoa right now and we're gonna make some big mistakes. So, if you arrive at Samoa in the early morning or at midnight like me, you can go to this airport motel, which is literally a 3-minute drive from the airport. It seems like the best option for me, so I could just immediately go to bed, sleep a little bit and then figure out the rest today. Because the rental car I still haven't figured out, because doing this online, very difficult here. So it was a decent place. It's relatively clean. This is the bed, good bed, pillows, little fridge, and the bathroom is also decent. I haven't used the shower, but it looks like a pretty well done shower. Nothing special, nothing fancy, but it is clean. That is the most important part. It's clean. The only thing I just noticed apparently, that this bed has like blood on it or something. Like, I don't know what the hell this is. This looks like blood or something. But okay, I didn't see that when I was super tired yesterday or last night. And you of course have an airco. So that's it for this room. So if you come here, it's totally fine. For a quick night's sleep, you can stay here. For a week, I don't know if this is, you know, nice to stay a whole week, but it's up to you. Now I have to figure out my rental car situation. So let's get going. Well, I made some new friends here already. Walking around trying to find a rental car. So just left of the motel there are 2 rental locations in walking distance. So first one said no, the second one also said no, but then he told me like, well, you know, sit down and maybe we could find something. It's very busy in this time of the year apparently with rental cars. And he said, well, we get a new one at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock we get a new one that arrives at the airport. If you want to wait, you can wait. And well, of course, special price, blah, blah, blah. You know how those things are, right? But it's not a bad price. It's like a 50 euros, so it's okay. I'm not gonna like drive around crazy looking for something, because they told me that at the airport, maybe the rental car places are closed. Because if there is no flight coming in, they're not going to be there. So don't really see the point in trying this out, going back again. So I found something. I'm gonna do that. It saves me time. So now, because it's still 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna walk to the Sheraton. Sheraton is down here. They gave me a lift in the pickup, Samoa way, and gonna wait there until 2 o'clock sort of. See what for car they have. Hello from Samoa, country 40 for me. So I arrived yesterday night, last night actually, from Hawaii, and here I am in the middle of the Pacific. Behind me we have the second biggest island of Samoa. I think it was called like Safui or something. I have to look it up later. I'm still a little bit jet lagged, so let's say. I'm figuring out the car at the moment, and I have been relaxing here at the Sheraton Beach Hotel, which is basically next to the airport. If you need Wi-Fi, just a drink or anything to figure out your plan, because it's quite hard to do things online before you actually come here. It's a good place to go. The Wi-Fi is a bit spotty, but it's better than nothing, because it's quite hard to get Wi-Fi here. So Sheraton Hotel, I just stayed here. Now I'm gonna go back to my arranged rental car and going to Apia finally. So yeah, obviously there's a pool here, but also a pool bar. We have a restaurant area over here, and then there's a bar area over there. Souvenirs. I got myself a new souvenir because, as you saw in the previous video, I lost my Hawaiian one. So I needed to buy a new one with my letter even. So that's there were just like three of those with letters, and one of them was with a J. So had to take it. So Sheraton Hotel looks nice, probably a bit expensive, but you can just take a coffee here, relax, and that's fine too. So let's go and get my car. This is the less romantic side of travel. We don't always show, of course, but I am walking now back to the rental place in 26 degrees weather in the middle of the road, and yeah, it's a bit hot with your luggages and everything, so I really hope that they have the car ready for me so I can be in a cool air-conditioned car. Whew, pretty hot. But yeah, that's also part of travel. Sometimes, you know, being uncomfortable is part of the whole experience, right? And then you appreciate the good times. So right now I'm back again at this nightclub that is part of this rental, apparently. It's called MS Rentals and MS Nightclub. So this is what a nightclub looks like in Samoa. Pretty big open space area here. Very big music boxes. So I guess they really like to party here. So I'm waiting now for them to come because probably it's island time. So that means, you know, you can come whenever you want. So they're supposed to be here on this side. But well, I guess I will wait for them to show up or something. Whew, I found the bathroom, so at least I could cool down a little bit. Cheapest. It's a big change from Hawaii, because Hawaii was actually quite chilly sometimes, especially also when I left. It was actually quite chilly in the airport, and I really thought about maybe putting on some long pants, but I'm happy I did not do this. Well, now wait and see what happens. Well, 2 hours later and we're finally in business. I got the car finally. Yeah, definitely island times. And everything is left hand. I mean, drive on the left side. So it's right hand driving and left side driving. Because Samoa has switched from driving on the right side of the road to the left side of the road to accommodate more towards Australia and New Zealand. And this is a recent switch actually. As far as I remember, it was 2011. So you can still find a lot of cars that have the steer on the left side and they have to drive left now, which is actually kind of problematic, because when you're driving with the steering on the left, taking corners and turns is actually quite difficult. So I'm happy that I have a proper car for the proper situation. They were cleaning the car and everything, and yeah, I paid basically 110 for 2 days, which is, I mean, I guess it's the normal price for anywhere else. So time will tell if this was a cheap option or not. But now I'm finally going into town, so I can finally get to my Airbnb and take a shower finally and settle in for the next 2 days. Well, this is a Japanese car apparently, so I can only listen to Japanese songs, but I cannot let you listen to it because it's probably copyright. But the whole car is in Japanese. So yeah, I can sing along to Japanese songs. Well, I finally arrived in Apia, the capital of Samoa. I had a long talk with the Airbnb host, interesting fella. And he told me a little bit about the history and everything, and about, you know, the situation in Samoa. The only thing that is dangerous in this country, as I have read, are wild dogs or just dogs in general. So apparently it's not very uncommon to have people going to the doctor, even locals, for dog bites. Luckily there's no rabies here, as far as I have read. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, you have to watch out for even for local people's dogs, because they come charging at you apparently, which is kind of interesting. Let's have a look at the house. So this is the second floor below with the ground level. And this is a living quarter with various rooms. I think it's rented out to various people like me, or there's also one guy from Solomon Islands who lives here already for 1 year. And he studies on Samoa. And here we have the terrace or the balcony. It's dark now, of course. But everything is open, it's raining again now. So why am I in Samoa? What is my purpose of this very short visit? Because I'm leaving tomorrow again. The reason is that today it is the 31st of December. So that means tonight it's going to be New Year's Eve. Samoa switched time zone a couple of years ago. I think it was in 2009, 2007 or something. And they switched from the right side of the line to the left side of the line towards Australia and New Zealand, because that's their main trading partner. So that means that American Samoa is on the other side of that line. Samoa and American Samoa are two different things. Samoa is an independent country. American Samoa is a territory of the United States. They still are on the right side of the line because they're of course connected to the United States. So what happened is that in between these two island groups you have the date line, and that is literally 24 hours difference. So what I did is I booked a ticket from Samoa for tomorrow, the 1st of January, to American Samoa, which I will arrive at the 31st of December 2023. So I'm gonna travel back in time and celebrate New Year twice. So that's the reason why I'm here. It's one of the most unique things I think you can do in the world. It's a relatively new thing that you can do. That's why I'm here. I paid an arm and a leg for the ticket to get here. But it's gonna be one of those things you're gonna remember the rest of your life. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna take you with me to celebrating New Year twice. Nice. Yeah, I think you could go a bit more like this over here. Past the church. Hey. So many people suddenly. So right now we have arrived at the boulevard. We have the big cathedral in the background. So the tradition is here to go to church, because it's also Sunday, until actual midnight when the fireworks starts. So that's the tradition here. And so the whole beachfront here is filled with people. So I'm just gonna have a sit down here at the boulevard. Made a new friend from the Airbnb called Morris. I'm just gonna sit there and look at the fireworks. It's crazy busy here because earlier today was nobody here, it was just completely dead. And now it's an absolute madhouse. So you can see how many people there are here. Oh, the drone is up in the air.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see if we can capture this new year too on camera. And it's 1 minute to go. We got everybody around us, of course. All the people around here in the Bay Area. And on this side the same. All the people around. Gonna be the first ones for the new year.
Talofa.
Talofa. I was just waiting. Well, good morning, 1st of January. I'm heading off to the airport for my second new year. Let's see if it actually works out, if I'm able to actually go on the plane and get there and arrive there, because I've already seen that American Samoa is not very easy to figure out. Online bookings are almost impossible. You either have to call or email. Many of them are already out of business and you don't know that until you actually call somebody. Calling, of course, is very expensive, so I did not call anybody until I actually was here and got a SIM card here. Because calling with like a Dutch number or even the US number I got is gonna be super expensive. Okay, minor problem that I found out technically yesterday, that you need some kind of waiver permit to go to American Samoa. I completely did not think about checking that because American Samoa is American territory and I have an American visa. And when I bought the ticket already in the summer, I just never thought about checking that. Also, it didn't really say anywhere. Well, later I saw that it was written pretty small in the terms and conditions. Who reads those? But yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get this something done, a permit somehow, to be able to catch my flight to American Samoa. And it has to be today, of course, otherwise my entire plan of the double new year is gone. There's no other option probably to do this. There are other islands, of course. You can fly to Polynesia or the Cook Islands maybe, but you have to go to Fiji, and then before I get there. The day is already over probably, because now it's already 1 p.m. Before figuring this out and flying and have a stopover, I'm probably never gonna make that, maybe 10 minutes. So this guy, this visitor center, and that's where I'm in, this very friendly guy is trying to help me. But the problem is now in Pago Pago in American Samoa, it is Sunday. And they don't work on Sundays, even though it's international, you know, airport and flights, they come in and out and everything. He only, there's one guy there that does the small flights. And there is, you know, those permits are given manually. So, trying to figure something out, how to get to American Samoa. So this is a story in progress, and it's gonna be either like a very, very big fail, and yeah, a very expensive one too, because again it cost me almost 1,200 euros to get here, specifically for this reason. Well, you know, clueless traveler being clueless as always, so we learn from these things, I hope. Right, so here I am, making a video that I was not hoping to have to do. But we are here. So the conclusion of yesterday is that I did not manage to get to American Samoa, and I could not complete this goal of doing double New Year. Yeah, I tried to apply, but the good thing of course is that it was Sunday on that exact time in American Samoa, so nobody is working on a Sunday, so even applying last minute was pointless. I tried multiple people, they called for me to American Samoa, but there's like, yeah, nobody's in office, it's Sunday, like, of course it's Sunday. Because yeah, it's pretty religious area here, so Sunday is pretty closed. And after hours, I spent literally the whole day in the airport trying to figure something out, and I was like, no, you're not gonna tell me I have to basically wait 1 entire year to try it again. And the guy from the airline, Talofa Airlines or Airways, told me, yeah, even if I let you on the plane, they will send you back probably from American Samoa, and they will fine us for letting you even board the plane. So yeah, now you know, if you go to American Samoa, you need a waiver permit. And you also need another thing, which is like a visitor's QR code or something like that, to show that you're healthy, that you don't have any problems or diseases. Well, I did that, but anyway. So, what happened is that yesterday I was spending the whole time in the airport trying to find a last minute hotel, Airbnb to sit and yeah, figure things out, and then trying to find a car. That's also impossible because it's a very busy period here apparently in Samoa. So I could not find a car yet, so eventually I had to take a taxi back to the city again, because the rental car I had before had to return that one. And yeah, last minute I checked into this inn, Apia Inn. I think it's still new, because I think it still looks like they're building it. And yeah, I'm going into town tomorrow to, I called some car rental companies. That's the only way you can do it, you cannot do it online. Most of them don't answer, because I think it's the 2nd of January is also a holiday in Samoa. But 1 or 2 answered, most of them were overbooked. And then there was this one that actually answered, and they told me, okay, come back tomorrow, maybe we have a car for you, a normal car, and I can rent it for a long period. And then if it's possible, then I'm gonna figure out the rest. At least I booked an Airbnb for at the end of my stay. I have Fiji tickets the 29th of January. So I'm gonna be in Samoa for basically 1 month. That's the conclusion of all of this. So yeah, it was an expensive lesson to learn, that's for sure. And that's why this channel exists, The Clueless Traveler. I'm here to find out things so you don't have to do the same mistakes as me. Well, we got ourselves a car. I walked around town a little bit and had a little bit of a coffee somewhere. Met a nice New Zealander over there. And fixed my internet problem, I hope. The guy just told me I had to do a different setting, and that should be the problem. I hope so. Right, has been a couple of days now since the New Year's disaster. It is the 4th of January today, and after feeling sorry for myself for a bit and just mildly stupid and trying to think what is my plan for the moment, I just came to the conclusion that I shouldn't, think about it too much. It's, you can't change anything about it anyway. I'm changing the mind shift into enjoyment and making the best out of my time here. I'm gonna think about the videos I'm gonna try and make here and the topics I want to choose. Right now I'm going to this resort that I found like the first day, and it's pretty cool. It's on a little island, so I'm gonna show you around. Well, I hope you learned from my mistakes so you don't have to repeat them. And the key lesson here is to accept and learn from your mistakes and continue. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.